Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this beautiful Thursday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, sports, and so much more. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight, Annette Cotting at the Erongo Regional Tourism Forum provided an update on the region's tourism, which includes a 60% room occupancy rate for the coastal towns in the region, as well as an increase in the number of cruise liners. Let's take a look.
Tour operators, local taxi services, cultural groups from Khuizipmund Secondary School, Marimba, Swakopmund Capella, as well as street vendors, local shopping centers have benefited from the cruise ship arrivals. One of the agents has paid 29 million Namibian dollars into the local economy by paying their suppliers. So it is definitely something that the mighty Erongo region can no longer do without. On the other hand, we also have got the Walvis Bay Airport, making this really a truly unique region. Passenger statistics for the Walvis Bay International Airport saw a total of 79,763 passengers either departing or arriving at the Walvis Bay Airport since 2023. This represents a notable increase of tourist traffic with a rise of 2.2% to 8.9% in passenger statistics, compared to pre-COVID levels, indicating a recovery of 62% in passenger numbers.
Getting into our next story, the Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Ministry of Finance hosted a consultation meeting to familiarize public and private sector stakeholders with the recently amended regulations of the Procurement Act at the Venture Country Club. The meeting is set to provide an overview of the updates and engage stakeholders in discussions about their implications and impacts on procurement processes. Jemima Dembele was there and gave this report.
The Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, facilitated a consultation meeting today with public and private stakeholders to discuss the ongoing reformation of the Procurement Act.
So Regulation 2, it's an application regulation, and it simply states that the general regulations on procurement applies to the framework agreements and the port procurement. Then let's look at the provisions or the regulations specifically relating to the framework agreement. We have Regulation 3 there. Regulation 3 contains the conditions for use of framework agreements. So they prescribe when a public entity can use framework agreements. And in the first place, we are saying when the quantities and the delivery schedules are not definable or determinable at the beginning, or the logistical and procurement, or their logistical and procurement reasons for having the requirements available on a call-off basis, or the potential to, there is potential to reduce procurement costs or lead times. The extent and timing of the requirement cannot be defined in advance, and then the requirement that the framework agreement should not actually be used to restrict competition.
Members of the National Unity Democratic Organization are demanding that the party hold an elective Congress ahead of the 2024 presidential and National Assembly elections. Let's take a look.
Traditional chiefs and Kaina Matri, we hope this letter finds you in good health and spirit. We, the legitimate delegates to the 2024 NUTO Congress, which was recently and unlawfully postponed, we write to you as the esteemed members of NUTO and the custodian of the party in accordance with Article 18, 4.k, and as Kaina Matwi, the body endorsed by the 2019 Congress for resolving the general matters of the general party dispute.
The Erango Region Governor Neville Andre delivered a State of the Region address this morning. The address took place at Swakopmund Municipal Council chambers. The governor highlighted key developments in various segments, varying from mining, agriculture, and infrastructure development. Let's take a look.
Chairperson, honorable councillors, ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my distinct honor and pleasure, in line with Section 11D of the Regional Council Act 1992, number 22, to report and introspect the achievement and initiatives undertaken over the past financial year under 5 key pillars: good governance or effective governance. Contemporary literature reveals that effective governance refers to the processes by which decisions are made and implemented in a manner that is transparent, accountable, inclusive, and responsive to the needs of the people. Effective governance ensures that the institutions functions properly, public officials are held accountable, and citizens have a voice in the decision-making process. Ultimately, effective governance fosters trust, stability, and prosperity within a society. I'm pleased with the overall state of affairs in regard to service delivery from the Regional Council and some local authorities in the region, where regular meetings are held for structures such as local development committees, constituency development committees, as well as the Regional Development Coordinating Committee. I'm confident
That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, Standard Bank Namibia donates to Oshakati's Mayoral Development Fund. We take a look at this in our story of the day.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Oshakati Town Mayor Leonard Hango has received a donation from Standard Bank Namibia of $50,000 Namibian to the town's Mayoral Development Fund to help the council with one of its core mandates of assisting those in need. Let's take a look.
Extend their, support towards the established Oshakati Mayoral Fund for our institution. So we are short of words to express, our gratitude towards this generous support we have received today from Standard Bank Namibia. Again, when it comes to the reach of the destitute residents of our town, then we thought of that we need to do something. We need to do something so that we are able to help the needy in our town. That is how the birth for the Oshakati Mara Fund came into it.
After the break, we take a look at our community talk.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Oshikoto Regional Commander Commissioner Teopolina Kalompo Nashikaku debriefed Oshana Governor Elia Irimari and constituency councillors and traditional authority councillors on the fight against wildlife crimes in and around Etosha National Park. Let's take a look.
We have experienced from just January up to the end of June, over 30 rhino has been poached illegally. And what we are saying is that is so precious. We are accommodating a lot of visitors there. But my colleague from MEFT will clarify more to say that these people are coming here because of some species that are not in many countries, that can only be found in Etosha National Park in Namibia. We are talking about black rhinos, maybe white rhinos in South Africa, Kruger National Parks, but we are talking of those species that we have in our country that are attracting tourists to come and visit our country.
According to economic news, Namibia sees a capital outflow of 14.2 billion Namibian dollars. On the other side of the break, we expand on this.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. Contact events@nhh.com.na.
Namibia experienced a capital outflow of 14.2 billion Namibian dollars from January to August 2024, marking an increase of 3.6 billion Namibian dollars compared to last year. The latest data reveals Bank of Namibia Governor Johannes Havahap said the increase in outflows has been largely attributed to payments for important merchandise rather than investors seeking higher yields in South Africa. Speaking during a recent discussion on the country's financial trends, Havahap noted that last year, during the same period, the outflow was 10.6 billion Namibian dollars, marking an increase of 3.6 billion Namibian dollars in net outflows this year. Upon further analysis of the 3.6 billion Namibian dollars increase, we questioned whether it was driven by investors seeking better yields in South Africa. However, we concluded that 3 billion Namibian dollars of that amount was primarily related to payments for merchandise, he said. The governor noted that Namibia continues to import more than export, including items such as drilling pipes and equipment used by drilling companies. The remaining 600 million Namibian dollars still requires further analysis but $3 billion of the $3.6 billion increase is directly linked to trade, he said. This comes as Namibia's merchandise trade deficit widened to $19.9 billion during the first half of 2024, compared to $12.3 billion in the same period in 2023. That concludes our economic news. Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.12, against the euro at 19.78, against the US dollar at 18.02, $2 Namibian dollars and 51 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, all major commodities went up. Copper at 2.79%, while Brent crude oil at 1.33%, going for $81 and 65 cents per barrel. In international news, Russia sentences U.S. Russian citizen Karolina to 12 years in prison for treason. We expand on this after the break.
Join us on Saturday, 17 August 2024, as NSR brings you thrilling matchups. Windhoek High School takes on Windhoek Gymnasium at 11:30 on the... Maria travels to Walvis Bay to clash with WBPS. And don't miss the NRU clash. FNB, Rehoboth takes on Trusco United live at 15:15 on SportRap Republican, NTV Facebook pages, NTV, and OneUp2.com.
Now, as previously mentioned before the break, getting into our international news, a Russian court has sentenced a dual Russian-American citizen, Sesnia Karolina, to 12 years in prison on Thursday after finding her guilty of treason for donating money to a charity supporting Ukraine. The Los Angeles resident, a spa worker, pleaded guilty at her closed trial in the Ural city of Yekaterinburg, where her case was heard by the same court that convicted Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich of espionage in July. The court said investigators found that on February the 24th, 2022, the first day of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Karolina had transferred funds in the interest of a Ukrainian organization, which were subsequently used for the purchase of tactical medicine items, equipment, means of defeat, and ammunition by the armed forces of Ukraine. Her supporters say she had donated $51.80 to Razom for Ukraine, a New York-based charity that provides humanitarian aid to children and elderly people in Ukraine. The charity has denied it provides any military support to Kyiv. Problems began immediately for Karolina when she arrived in Russia using her U.S. passport. Authorities interrogated her and took her cell phone, on which they found the 2022 donation to the charity Razom for Ukraine on her Venmo account. According to the website www.freesexnia.com, the FSB interrogated her for up to 2 hours during mandatory weekly check-ins and banned her from leaving the city. The website says 3 days before she was due to return to Los Angeles, Karolina was arrested on hooliganism charges and jailed for 15 days. Just before her release, she was slapped with a state treason charge. Acquittals for serious crimes are nearly unheard of in Russia. That concludes our international news. After the break, we take a look at the weather update. Getting into our weather update. Katiba Mlilo can expect a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while the capital city can expect a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius with partly cloudy conditions. Omaruru can also expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. Oshakati can expect sunny weather with a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius. Handys Bay can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius, while Walvis Bay can also expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 22 degrees Celsius. Rehoboth can expect a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius with a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while Eleutheris can also expect sunny weather conditions with a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius. That concludes our weather predictions. On the other side of the break, Ari Hochad will be bringing us the latest in the world of sports.
Join us on Saturday, 17 August 2024, as NSR brings you thrilling matchups. Windhoek High School takes on Windhoek Gymnasium at 11:30 on the Maria travels to Walvis Bay to clash with WBPS. And don't miss the NRU clash. FNB Rehoboth takes on Trusco United live at 15:15 on SportRap Republican, NTV Facebook pages, NTV, and oneup2.com.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's the Cincinnati Open that continues. Most of the top players in the world playing in that tournament, and it's a good lead up to the US Open that will start in a few weeks' time. On the men's side of the draw, it's 16th seed Sebastian Corda. He's out of the tournament. He lost to Pablo Busta. He's from Spain. The score there was 7-5 and 7-6. Also, Alexei Pobrigan, he won the previous tournament, the Canadian Open, but he lost now in the second round against Gilles Monfils, and he is from France. The score there was 7-5 and 6-3. On the women's side of the draw, it is Iga Swiatek, the number 1 seed. She came over a tough first round game, and she beat Veronika Gauchari. She's from France, and she beat her by 6-love, 6-7 and then 6-2 to advance to the next round. And also experienced Karolina Wozniacki. She beat Alina Kalinina, and that was in 6-2 and 6-4 also to advance to the second round. On to cycling news. It is Tour de France for women, the Tour de France Femme, that is taking place at the moment. Stage 4 is done, and it was won by the Dutch cyclist Poek Pieterse, and she won with a close finish. It was a photo finish to Demi Vollering. Demi Vollering, she's still the leader of the Tour. She's the yellow jersey holder. She's 22 seconds ahead of the selfsame Poek Pieterse. The stage 5 will be over 152 kilometers. On to golf news. It is women's golf. It is related to the Solheim Cup. It's a team competition between Europe and America, and it's been announced that the Solheim Cup in 2028 will again be in America, and that will be at the well-known Valhalla Golf Club. It is a biannual tournament every 2 years, and the 2024 tournament will be in September from the 13th to the 15th. That will be in America as well, in Virginia, and then 2 years later in 2026 the tournament will be hosted in Kromfort. That will be in the Netherlands. On to soccer news. It is the English Premier League that will start this coming weekend. And transfer news again, it is Brighton that signed the highly rated German 21-year-old midfielder. His name is Brian Gruda, and he will play for Brighton in the English Premier League. He used to play for Mainz, and he joined Brighton now for a sum of $26 million. Also, Liverpool, they have a player that is going away. It's a 19-year-old midfielder, Bobby Clark, and he will join Red Bull Salzburg. That is a deal for him, $12 million US. That will be the price tag for him. And it is also Liverpool that start their campaign over the weekend. They have a away game to Ipswich. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
That was Ari Hohad, as always, keeping us updated on the latest in the world of sports. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Do remember that you can catch Sunset News same time, same place, Monday to Thursdays. From me, Glenn Rashipora, until next time.